Oh, the summertime is coming, and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme rolls around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to the wild mountain thyme, all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? If my true love she were gone.
I remember Saturday mornings at home in William Street. You know when you wake up on a Saturday morning and realise there's no school today, and the boys my brothers used to be sleeping in what we called the garret, which was attic, I suppose you call it nowadays. And the next thing you'd hear the singing coming from the garret, and maybe a mouth organ, and you know, just, I think, the joy of realising it was Saturday morning, but that's the first memory I have of them actually singing.
Bhí tionchar charig na siúra chunta hebredáran I grí lár na hebre a hosmig na Clancys na Caigadí. Bún léidir ta spánta se chuig bhaimar a sail, tú stáidir ar chuidvád a cultúr na háta seo.
Mesam hen go gwil cultúr na cotíantan seo bhealach baile bheag cos na siúire idir riamh na man agus na Comarig, agus tá baile hen site I neisce hebredáran nó ach láv le Portlarige agus le Kilcunnig ag an am Ciana. Agus mesam go raibh severas neamhcotíanta d'ábhrí sin steiriúil ag an áid seo. Mesam héin gur bé an tréis sin chun eistóireacht agus drámaíocht. Ceantas an rudaí beháchtaí a bhain leis na Clancys. Agus bin rud a chur siad isteach ins na seána agus ins an sort léirú a déadach siad a chur ar bon nar bhí clú agus cála fud an dán ar an grúpa. Agus bhí sin leidir ar an maiile seo, chuirgas bhí áirclann ar an maiile seo gá céad bliain á hain. Rud fíorneamh cotíanta déta rá.
No, we do. Do the whole last night, so...
Sa bblion 1996 chuig na Clancys agus chuideach lún ógan tailig ar champúirt dernach ar áitna éagsúla ar fud na tíre. Ní raibh an hala I garig na siúra mór a ghóthain agus chuidir tús leis a geola glún mela, baile atá ar bhruach na siúra chomh maith.
My father was an opera buff, and we learned when he was babysitting for us, he would tell us the stories of the operas and sing the parts during muses. And he'd sing soprano or bass, anything that came along.
Our nets and gear were failing on the wild and wasteful ocean. It's out there on the deep that we harvest and reap our bread. As we hunt the bunny shores of herring.
People would just sing. It was the most natural thing in the world, even if you were walking around the house or sweeping the floor or whatever. My mother was always singing. Well, I suppose when I remember it as being always, but I'm sure it was probably when she'd be in good humour or feeling, you know, in a good mood and that. But my mother was a great one for the sing-songs. She really loved settling down and having a sing-song. Now, that wouldn't happen very often, but on occasions, and the least excuse would do her, you know, to have a little sing-song.
I had an Aunt Mary Jo, and her house was a great house for courtee, as they used to say, for the gathering and singing and fun and set dancing. And that happened up there a lot, and I enjoyed it. And I learned a few folk songs there. And I learned little old local songs from my grandmother, and I thought that she was the only one in the world who knew them. But I met a Scotsman. I was in India one time. I met a Scotsman, and I was singing The Frog in the Well, and he started singing the Scots version, and I was amazed that he could know it, you know.
Bíad Paddy agus Tom a bhog America dúis na chéigedaí. Bhog de thar níos óige Liam tamla na Yeson. Bhí aithne ag Liam Clancy Tommy Makem as ardhacha.
Liam Clancy and I were in a play together called Shadow and Substance, and the play had run for a number of months off Broadway and was going to close in a couple of weeks, and some men came to us one night, said they were opening a folk club and would we go and sing for them. At that time you got $45 a week off Broadway acting, that was your pay. That was the same as you got in unemployment. So we asked them how much they were paying, and they said, well, we'll give you $125 a week each. And we're young men, because we figured we'd sing a few songs at night, and we'd have all day to look for proper work in the theatre. So Liam and I started to sing, and Paddy and Tom was in a play on Broadway, I think, at the time. Paddy was running the office of Tradition Records, and some odd night they would drop by and then they'd get up and sing on stage. But I remember Liam and myself, we didn't know anything about it. He could play guitar.
A lot of the songs we sang had been sung by other people, but very often in Irish tenor voices or solo singers beside the fire. Like Brendan on the Moor was a famous old ballad, but it was sung, Brennan on the Moor, Brennan on the Moor. He was brave and undaunted, was young Brennan on the Moor. But when we were rehearsing, we were in this apartment in Greenwich Village, and I was sitting on this couch that had springs in it, you know. I said, let's try and get the sound of, like if we could belt it out like highwaymen, you know, and get the sound of a galloping horse. And because the couch was going like this, it just got down, chung, chugga, 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 chung, chugga, 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 chung, chugga, 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 chung. And this Brennan on the Moor, Brennan on the Moor, bold, brave and undaunted was young Brennan on the Moor.
100 pounds was offered for his apprehension there, so he would curse and settle to the mountains did repair. Dead young Brennan on the Moor.
And we knew that we'd established something very new. We'd established a new way of singing old songs.